Good evening. My name is Logan Reedy, and this is my final presentation for my EDUC 611 course, Educational Leadership Theories and Practices. This presentation will be paying tribute to my high school alma mater, Valley Junior Senior High School. VJSH is located in New Kensington, Pennsylvania, about 30 minutes north of Pittsburgh. This school is located in what is known as a low-income area, most of our students coming from either single-parent households or households that have a yearly income below the norm. VJSH was best known for their alternative education program pertaining to students with behavioral differences. These are students who are chronically truant and or have been expelled from traditional school programs. Tonight I'm going to present to you both research I have gathered and personal experience that I will be reflecting upon. Our first slide here is just our general outline for the presentation this evening. We're going to be covering two different types of leadership styles that are observed in VJSH, both transformational leadership and authentic leadership, as well as their strengths and weaknesses. After that, we will be targeting the organizational structure, in this case being a vertical structure, as well as its strengths and weaknesses, and we'll be closing with some leadership roles of both transformational leaders and authentic leaders. As I've already stated, VJSH was my high school alma mater. This school is home to students that come from low-income households, as well as students that come from single-parent households, those that may just not have the best home life, and that has a lot to do with our geographical region. VJSH has grades 7th through 12th, so you have 6 grades in one school, which was overwhelming at points, but I don't think it affected my experience. I was very well known in my high school. I was able to make a name for myself. I was able to be one of the most decorated scholarship award winners in my high school class, but I believe that is because of the opportunities that some of these leaders in my high school presented to me. The first leadership style I'd like to talk to you all about is the transformational leadership style. This leadership style focuses on modifying your leadership standards to align with your ethical and moral standards, allowing followers and or, in this case, students, to pay their knowledge and their experience forward by pursuing more than what is expected of them. This resonates with what I'd stated earlier, that most of our students came from tough upbringings, single-parent households, low-income households, pushing them to be the best version of themselves that they can while ultimately pursuing knowledge to further their experiences in life. This leadership style resonated well with my alma mater because of the life lessons and values our teachers were trying to instill in us. The concept of perseverance, overcoming the obstacles that life has put in front of us. The text I consulted for this concept is known as the 7 Principles of Transformational Leadership. The 6th concept in this text is one known as the perseverance principle. The text read, "In order to persevere and achieve transformational results for yourself, and before you can assist others in doing the same, you have to recognize that you cannot be a 350-pound offensive lineman as well as a wide receiver simultaneously, This means that you can only expect so much of yourself, but you can never stop pursuing your ultimate goal." The transformational leadership approach has a major strength in the fact that it allows employees, or students in this case, to be more involved in the processes that are happening in their workplace. Our text for this course read that because this process incorporates both the followers and the leader's needs, leadership is not the sole responsibility of a leader, but rather emerges from the interplay between leaders and followers. These leadership styles also have their perspective weaknesses. Transformational leadership style is almost too broad. There are no procedures in place on how to achieve this. Additionally, there is some research that has been done to show that transformational leadership can sometimes be thought to be a trait rather than be something that is attainable by all parties involved. If it is a trait, it becomes more problematic and more difficult to learn and teach to others. Some typical leadership roles that are present within transformational leadership are providing encouragement and creating a safe and welcoming environment for employees and or followers to flourish. Transformational leaders are dedicated to the growth of their followers. The next leadership style I'd like to talk to you all about is what's known as the authentic leadership style. Leaders with this leadership style often have a high sense of integrity and are very quick to take responsibility for their actions and learn from their experiences. Authentic leadership is a style that is found to be most effective in establishing relationships with your employees and/or followers. A piece of text I consulted for further information on this style is known as a journal article by True Leadership, titled Leadership Styles in the Kenotic Relationship. The text read that an authentic leader is more likely to be emulated by followers because they are a credible role model. This leadership style does have some strengths, one that it is broad and achievable by almost anyone who would wish to pursue it. It has very wide parameters that it operates on, very similar to the transformational leadership style that we had just talked about. However, the authentic leadership style does too have weaknesses. There is no actual research to support the idea that authentic leadership defies negative traits. Therefore, although a leader may be authentic, they could still lack good communication skills, be lazy, or just be uninvolved all around. The authentic leadership style does focus on the role that leaders play in building upon the importance of morals and ethics in the processes that these students are engaged in. These leaders assist their followers in integrating their morals and values into the decisions they make that have a lasting impact on their lives. The last part of our presentation I'd like to talk to you all about was our organizational structure. Our organizational structure was what is known as vertical, very similar to hierarchical, but with few differences. The vertical organizational structure is constructed of tiers. Starting at the top, you have your ring of management. These are going to be your leaders that carry the most authority, the ones that ultimately have a deciding vote in what may happen moving forward. So in our case, this was our principal, our vice principal, our disciplinary principal, and our dean of students. Your mid-level authority, the next level down, is going to be your staff and faculty members. And then the bottom tier, your last leg to here, is going to be your students. This structure does have some strengths, the most important being that there is a clear line that communication should be following. It should start with upper level, fall down to your mid-level, and then down to your bottom level when it has been sought through and defined, and this way students are never receiving information without important pieces. However, this also does create a disconnect, as students are often the last ones to find out about information in this structure. They can often feel left out as though they don't have control over the situation that is being presented to them. As I close out my presentation tonight, I hope that I've been able to give you all an inside look into Valley Junior Senior High School and its leadership styles, their strengths and weaknesses, its organizational structure and its strengths and weaknesses, as well as the many leadership roles that are located within it. Valley Junior Senior High School is responsible for a lot of the educator that I have become today, and I only hope that I can continue changing the lives of young students every day the way Valley Junior Senior High does for its. Thank you.